about to be live.
Oh, we're about to be.
You guys are home.
And it's good. It is a perfect catch for Bellmore-Merrick. Goes right through the middle. Perfect pass coming there from Sophia Laspina, as it was just a nice route run right through the middle of Roslyn's defense there.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Nice play, finding the gap, able to get a few extra yards.
Yeah. So we started this drive with Maddie Ryan rushing through the right. Sophia Laspina will try and find a pass here. She finds it well. It is Casamano. It's actually Izzy. No, wait, sorry. It is Izzy Sivan who gets that nice slant play and gets open, or I would say right around that 15-yard range.
Yeah, definitely a good job. Figured out that, hey, they were running a little bit of zone, some soft zone, finds the hole as they do that here again. Back-to-back plays.
Perfect. It is perfect. Ella Maldonado will score the first touchdown for Bellmore-Merrick. The Chargers lead first. It is a perfect inside route play that Sophia Laspina found that pass right to Ella Maldonado.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Again, it was a similar play, right? Quick little curl route. You find the empty holes in the zone. That's what you got to do against zone. That's the thing that you need a good quarterback to figure out zone, right? Because you stay home, you stay in your area, and just the fast, quick plays, get the ball out of the hands of the Laspina very fast, and right there, you see Bellmore-Merrick able to capitalize.
Definitely. And now Bellmore-Merrick here will be trying to go for more points, as we see. Sophia Laspina onto an out route, trying to find the touchdown score of Ella Maldonado, but she cannot, unfortunately, find it, as it seemed like a perfect out route, a little too high for Ella Maldonado.
Yeah, but overall, the Chargers, with a great start to this game, I mean, it's exactly what you want to do. You want to come out firing out the gate. They're able to do that here, and now the Chargers up 6-0.
For sure. And now it will be Roslyn's time for the Bulldogs now to try and score back and level the scoring into this game, as right now is only a one-possession score. But on the Chargers' first drive here, we see that they do very, very well.
Yeah, I mean, exactly what they wanted to. They want to come out the gates firing, get foot on the gas pedal. That's exactly what they do. And now let's see what the Bulldogs have drawn up.
For sure. Perfect inside route to number 14 for the Bulldogs. It is none other than Shoshana Ross there, who finds that little inside, as it looked like she started from the running back position, and she just moved up about 4 yards, caught the ball, and goes for extra yards.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the Chargers again, those quick passes, try to get the ball out of Laspina's hands fast. That's exactly here what the Bulldogs do. Another fast little curl route, find the hole in the zone, and they're able to capitalize.
Here we go again. It is to number 5 of the Bulldogs here, Masha Bocharova. She's the only senior on the team. She's making huge plays already. Top receiving yards receiver as well.
Yeah, definitely one of the star players on this Bulldogs team. The Chargers are going to have to do a good job of containing her if they want to have a good shot at winning this game.
Definitely. Obviously, it will be a tough time for the Bulldogs today. We go instantly back. It is to number 14 once again of Shoshana Ross. She has 2 massive plays into this drive already.
Yeah, I believe Sophie actually did a good job as well on that rush. She put her hands up, able to make contact with the ball, but still able to come down as the Bulldogs, and they're able to get a few extra yards on a play that originally didn't look great.
Yeah, definitely. Starting quarterback, of course, Amanda Gerber. She's doing very well already. 3 completions for the starter.
Yeah, exactly what you want to do for your quarterback, right? You want to get them in a rhythm and just hopefully they can keep this going.
Who can she find? She finds number 5 once again. It's Bocharova. Keeps going, and her flag finally gets caught around that 40-yard range. But it's a perfect play for the only senior on the team. Masha does very well.
Yeah, definitely a good read. You saw a little hook route on the screen, able to hit it, go upfield, and a big play for these Bulldogs.
Yeah, you got to love those wide routes. And then from there, she just goes up the field with that very, very good speed that she has.
Yeah, and I also like how, again, both teams a similar type of offense right now, trying to get the ball out fast, get things going, and all of a sudden we've seen a rhythm.
And by the way, we actually have a more new starting quarterback here. It is the backup quarterback who's actually making the plays here. It is Samantha Savoci. She's the backup, but today she finds herself to be in that starting role.
So we're ready to see now, again, the Bulldogs have to respond. The Chargers able to do what they want to do. They go up 6-0. Going to be very interesting to see what these Bulldogs do now getting close to that end zone.
Definitely. As here's Savoci. Intercepted! It is a huge play for the Chargers. It is a forced turnover coming from Maddie Ryan. She's making plays on offense and defense today as she already has a completion. It is a pick 6 to the house.
Wow, what a play. I mean, again, we see these Chargers go down, they score a touchdown. The Bulldogs knocking on the door of the end zone, but what a complete crushing play here for the Bulldogs. Maddie Ryan, a good job putting her hands up, gets a piece of the ball, ends up staying in the air. She does a good job catching it, brings it back to the house. And the Chargers now up 12-0, extra point coming up.
Yeah, perfect play that comes from Maddie Ryan. I've already spoke about it, but obviously for a kind of flag football player to play offense and defense, that's crucial for a team. Isn't that right, Tyler?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, two-way players, they do a lot for you. Yes, it's a lot more exhausting. In the end of the day, all sports, you need good endurance, right? So it is hard to do, but in the end of the day, I mean, Ryan is one of those players that can make a serious difference on both sides of the ball. Is right there, again, Maddie Ryan able to convert on that extra point to make the score 13-0.
Is a perfect time to be a Bellmore-Merrick flag football player as the team is up by 2 possessions here. If we talk about their last game, they were against Roosevelt, in which they won 33-12. Both teams come into this game being 1-1 in Nassau Conference 2. So before the game, it is definitely for both teams a game to win. And again, we talked about it last year. This Bellmore-Merrick's, flag football team did really, really well. Went all the way, won the championship. We know what they have, and they have an obvious star in Sophia Laspina.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, those are some big expectations to fill, big shoes to fill, right? So you go all the way, and now all of a sudden you got another chance, another crack at it to go be 2-time champions.
Well, we go instantly back. Savoci gets a completion there for number 14 for the Bulldogs. That is none other than Shoshana Ross. I believe that is her 3rd reception of the day.
Yeah, definitely had a good game so far. We've seen the Bulldogs on their first drive. They were knocking on the door of the end zone, right? They had an opportunity, weren't able to capitalize that crushing pick 6 by Ryan. So now all of a sudden you got to try to fix things, switch things around a little bit. Let's see what adjustments that they make.
Here we go. Back to Shoshana Ross again. And it is just a sneaky out route play just to get more yards in the drive to a first down.
I agree with you there, but again, a good defensive play there by the Chargers. You saw multiple navy blue jerseys kind of swarm the attacker, did a good job pulling the flag and stopping her dead in her tracks.
Definitely. Well, we're just about to see the next snap. Here we go. Savoci, who can she find? She finds Shoshana Ross for yet a 3rd time of the drive. Flag finally gets down, and again, 3 completions, but she's not getting much yards out of it. It is just a yard or 2 every time that she has the ball. And it seems to me that the target for today for Roslyn is to find the short plays in the receiving edge.
Yeah, it took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, if you're the Chargers right now, if it wasn't obvious before the game who right now is the number 1 target on offense, it should be now. Shoshana Ross has done a great job. She has now, I believe, 5 or 6 catches on the day, and we're only in their 2nd drive, 2nd possession of the game. So the Chargers, let's see how they, try to do a good job of containing Ross and see what adjustments they make on defense.
Definitely. Zone coverage there from Maddie Ryan in the backfield, playing that safety position.
4th down now, you see. Going to do a punt.
And there will be a punt to Maddie Ryan, who will just let it go. And that means the Chargers will start right at the 47-yard line here. Well, we look at the Chargers. They come into this game. They're .500 as well. We talked, obviously, they're, Conference B, they're 1-1, as I said, at .500 range, which could very well get them into a playoff spot. Last game, they unfortunately did take a loss against Division. This game, they're trying to get back, and it is an incompletion as it works there. Once again, Maddie Ryan was the target. They could not find her.
And you're going to notice something that definitely could play a factor. We talked about earlier the success this Chargers team had last season. You also look at the Bulldogs right now, right? They're having a pretty solid season so far. A good start to the season, 1-1 in conference. But in the end of the day, I mean, they're a young team. They got a lot of freshmen on this team. So size, not quite the advantage here for the Bulldogs, but they do have speed.
Oh, that's a perfect play. It is to Ella Maldonado, who does a run-and-go play. It's perfect. A little zigzag in the middle, and there you go. It is a touchdown, second of the day for number 22, Ella Maldonado. It is a deep pass coming from Sophia Laspina. The Chargers are now up by 3 possessions.
Yeah, a heck of a play there. Great throw by Laspina. Good catch. And you see, Coach Hatcliffe had these girls ready to play today. I mean, they're having a great start now, up 19-0. I mean, you can't ask for a better start, again, if you're a Chargers fan.
Yeah, that's a perfect offensive play there that comes from the Chargers. Here we go. Sophia Laspina has it. Ella Maldonado, does she get in? She does for the extra point. It is going very well for the Chargers. As we said, the score here is now 20-0.
Yeah, I like that rollout play that they had. Laspina, right away, off the snap, she rolls out to her left, makes a nice throw, and they're able to capitalize on the extra point right there, making that score. Again, 20-point lead. So the Bulldogs, they haven't played, even though the score, it doesn't really reflect how close this game has been. That last drive wasn't great. They had a lot of completions, but a lot of short plays. The drive before, though, very close to scoring a touchdown. Things didn't go their way with that interception by Ryan. So I'm very curious to see what adjustments that, they kind of make on the offensive side of the ball.
Snap here. Here comes Savoci going through the right, finding a rushing play. She can't as she gets out of the pocket. Another flag taken. They're coming from Maddie Ryan as, again, that two-way player that we talked about.
Yeah, definitely a great game so far by Ryan. I mean, besides that one drop pass that she has a pick six. She has that extra point conversion. She's been all over this Bulldogs offense so far. Every single time you see a white jersey try to roll out, guess who's there? Number 13. So good job there by Ryan and, of course, the Chargers defense.
And next snap, Savoci. Who can she find? She finds number 14, and that will be Shoshana Ross once again today. 6th reception for Ross. As again, last drive we talked about it, 3 receptions she had. They unfortunately did not get that first down. Had to punt it away, in which Bellmore-Merrick scored.
Very curious to see here what the Bulldogs do on 3rd down. This is kind of considered a must first down. You're down 20-0. You don't want to go down by 4 possessions.
Without a doubt. Savoci. Who can she find? Will she rush? No, she won't. It is a catch made by number 10 here, Addison Fiddle, the 10th grader. She plays center, but in that play, she was a receiver.
Yeah, not what you wanted to do there if you were the Bulldogs. You had a few receivers go deep, weren't able to find any. Savoci did a nice job getting the ball out of her hands, avoiding the sack, but now we got the Bulldogs here at 4th down.
Yep, and they will look to punt this away as well.
Yeah, interesting call. I mean, again, you're down 20-0. You want a chance to get back into this game. Punt. I don't know if that's the best call, but we'll see in the long run if it ends up, paying out for these Bulldogs.
No doubt, and Maddie Ryan for a second time will not be the returner as the kick is way too over. This will now start at the 31 for the Chargers.
For the Chargers now, again, you've had an amazing offense. You really don't have to change anything. I'm curious to see, though, yes, we are in the first half, but they've done such a good job so far. I'm curious to see how they try to manage this clock. Do they want to play a little bit slower now, take some less deep shots, kind of just take it slow, fast completions, and just try to wind down this clock a little bit, give the Bulldogs less time to come back?
That's an interesting play. They now rush with Maddie Ryan in that running back role. It was a running back toss that goes to the left of the field. Maddie Ryan finding more yards.
Yeah, I like that. Again, a fast play, a sneaky play, a good little toss by Laspina. Ryan tries going upfield. I like that. Keeps the clock running, which, of course, in this flag football, clock still runs until 2 minutes. But, again, you want to just keep doing your job, managing that clock, make sure that you're aware of how much time's left at all costs, and just keep doing your thing on offense.
Here we go. Slot play right through the middle. She finds more yards, but flag down around the 46 here. It was Jolie Yablon there who cannot find more yards, but what a play for her as she gets it down at the 46.
Yeah, definitely a good play. A nice burst of speed there, able to go past 2 defenders and pick up some nice yardage on this 3rd down.
Laspina, short pass. Flag down once again. Yablon once again here will now find her first reception of the day. Actually, her second of the day after her last play, which was just a nice little slot play.
Yeah, nice job there by the Chargers. You move the chains, a fast pass. You got a lot of speed there up front with your receivers. So, again, a good job capitalizing, getting the 1st down.
Laspina goes out of the pocket to the left. Who can she find? Oh, almost a perfect play for the Chargers, number 15 there. Margaret Casamano just dropped it with her left hand, but she got very open for herself.
Yeah, Casamano had a nice chance. She took the top off the defense, just not able to catch the ball, of course, a crucial part in the game. But, sometimes it's harder than it looks, right? As soon as you get that ball, you're kind of open. That spotlight hits you all of a sudden. Once in a while, again, that ball slips through the cracks. But, hey, a good play, a good idea, and let's see how they adapt now on this 2nd down.
Without a doubt. Here we go. Now to number 1 for the first time today. She keeps finding more yards for herself. She keeps going. She can't be stopped. Finally stopped at the 20. It is Addison Chiarello.
Yeah, a heck of a play. Multiple defenders, ankles taken there by Chiarello. A good job, nice burst of speed, able to cut to the right, goes back inside to the middle of the field, cuts to the outside. Great play there.
And that is her first outing of the day for the running back, another two-way player for the Pirates. She also plays a little linebacker on the defense.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of versatility there. You see that she brings a lot to the offense. Let's see if she gets some defensive snaps and able to make, some impact plays on both sides of the ball today.
Without a doubt. Nice play. It is a bullet pass coming to Yablon from Sylvia Laspina.
Yeah, nice idea. Nice fast in route. Gets the ball out of her hands quick. Just making that yardage a little bit shorter of the goal line. Keep inching your way there and set up a nice easy play here on only now 2nd down.
Without a doubt. The Chargers are finding it closer to find a touchdown for themselves here.
Yeah, and again, we see you just keep inching away, right? The playbook, as soon as you get close to the goal line, slows down a little bit, starts to get a little bit smaller as the Chargers.
Yeah, Yablon just could not find the end zone there. She just gets caught up, I think, around that 1 yard range. No, it will be a little bit more out than that as her flag was down earlier.
You saw the Wildcat, the jet sweep there, a nice play. I like the idea, not able to capitalize. But again, as soon as you get closer to the goal line, the playbook starts to get a little bit smaller, but you got some good plays in there in mind if you're Coach Hatcliffe.
Sophia Laspina out of the pocket, and there you go to the player who dropped it earlier in the drive. Casamano finally receives the ball very well there. She gets a touchdown. It is 4 possessions for the Chargers as they find themselves up 26-0. They will try and get the extra point here.
Yeah, so Laspina with a nice lob play. They call that a rainbow pass. Right? You just put a nice little arrow on it. It's not that hard of a pass. Just goes right over the defender's hands, and a nice catch there. And just like that, the Chargers now up 26-0.
Yeah, Laspina keeps going out of that left pocket there. And Maddie Ryan, did she get it? Very close. She got it. Right on the line there, but it is 27-0. Maddie Ryan gets her second extra point of the day.
Nice play by the Chargers. They go back to that jet sweep, just swap sides, right? Didn't work the first time. Just make some small adjustments, put some players on different sides of the ball, and just like that, able to capitalize on it. Now 27-0, Chargers.
Yeah, and again, we talked about it But before this game, the starting quarterback was Amanda Gerber. Today, it obviously is Samantha Savoci. Do you think that is a big factor into this game?
Yeah, I agree. We were definitely the thing that I was very interested to see with this game are the individual matchups that we have, right? I talked about earlier how these Bulldogs are mainly freshmen, and I mean these Chargers, one of the best, if not the best, flag football team that we've seen really ever here again at my high school and of course Bellmore-Merrick Central High School District. So they have a lot of talent, and I think it's more than just one player that's going to play a big part here for the Chargers in this game.
Well, a perfect flag down coming from Izzy Sivan there. That is a major defensive play as the Bulldogs really went only for their, I would say, maybe second or third rushing attempt of the day here. They've been really just trying to put a big factor into pass attempts.
I agree with you there, just trying to get the ball out fast, want to pass, pick up chunk yards at a time.
Yeah, toss goes to number 14 there, and once again that is Shoshana Ross as they just do a nice little quick toss but can't get much out of it.
Yeah, I mean you see there at the point of that you want to run sometimes on first and second down, right? You just want to make that yardage to the first down marker just a little bit smaller, make it a little easier of a throw on your quarterback, just not able to capitalize there on both downs.
Without a doubt. Savoci will receive the snap once again, a little high, and she still gets it out somehow. Shoshana Ross, it goes back to. She might have only got a yard out of it. Nothing much. It is just a similar play that we've been seeing.
Yeah, definitely a good play. This Chargers defense having a big impact on this game as it looks like the Bulldogs are going to punt again.
Yeah. And once again, for the Bulldogs, they can't get those offensive plays today to get them to a first down or more. Well, ooh, this is a tough one for Maddie Ryan as the punt went up and she tried to grab it there. She drops it, and this will be right at the 48 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, definitely interested to see now what the Bulldogs do on defense. This is a must-stop situation. You got 2 minutes left, a little above 2 minutes, in the half. And now is the time you got to stop them. You want to start making some adjustments on defense and start getting that offense, throwing the ball downfield and trying to make some big chunk plays.
Here's Laspina. Goes right to Maddie Ryan on a little HB counter play right away. Goes through the right side, finds herself 10 yards on the play with it.
Yeah, nice idea there by the Chargers, trying to just take it play by play, yard by yard, right? You still got a decent amount of time left before this half ends, so you just want to make sure that you manage the clock, do a good job of just picking the plays that you want, no rush, and just, again, keep it simple, no mistakes.
Here's Sophie Orlich again, the center, who will snap it to Laspina on an out route. Goes back to Chiarello. Chiarello trying to find more yards. She does. The fast soccer player here jukes to the right, jukes to the left, and finally her flag goes down right at the Chargers 28. But what a play for Chiarello.
Yeah, again, I love the example to speed. That's not the first time that we've seen Chiarello have a nice burst of speed, uses that acceleration, that agility that she has to make some fast cut moves. She has great footwork, and again, a nice chunk play there for the Chargers.
Yeah, perfect play for the running back. Chiarello there gets her second rushing attempt of the day, and once again, it is 10 or more yards for Chiarello. Orlich to take the snap, goes to Laspina, finds number 5, Haley Kamler, as she goes out around the 29-yard area.
Yeah, another jet sweep that we see. They've gone back to that play. That's the third time now that they went to that play. Again, it's a good one, right? But again, eventually we might see that the Bulldogs are starting to pick up on it a little bit. They did a good job stopping it the first time. The second time, got the extra point. Now the third time, again, good job by the Bulldogs defense.
Yeah, look at this. It is a deep pass to Ella Maldonado. Ooh, well, we'll have to see what this is. Is it going to be a touchdown?
Yeah,
because
initial signal was a touchdown.
they're going to have to maybe check this one because it was maybe a contested ball, but it looks like it was Maldonado's.
Yeah, it looks like she brung it down first. Then it became a 50-50.
She did, but it is not going to be a touchdown. They're going to have to snap this quick.
Yeah, they thought it was.
And here's Laspina. Oh, just a drop pass there to number 12, Sophia Orlich, the center, coming from Calhoun, that they almost found a scoring play there.
Yeah, you see there, this is Laspina laughing it off a little bit, right? They thought they had a touchdown. That was the initial signal by the ref, but not going to say that it wasn't a touchdown. I mean, we were past the 1 second mark right there, right? So a good job getting the play off, and just a small drop, not able to capitalize. But Chargers had a good first half. Definitely interested to see the adjustments that these Bulldogs make in the second half.
Without a doubt, yeah. And again, that was the first time they targeted Orlich today. But we also looked at right at the end there, they targeted Kamler for the first time. So they're starting to target other players who have not been targeted as much today. And then we know that Maldonado, I thought she almost got in for a second there, but right at that 2-yard line, finds it very unfortunate. We know that she was a big star in the BMB game of the week when it was volleyball. So for Bellmore-Merrick Chargers here, today, they are up 27-0. Now we're going to send it to Ryan Marr, who has the coach of Bellmore-Merrick.
Go. Hello, I'm Ryan Marr here on the football field with Coach Hatcliffe of the BMCHSD flag football team. How are you today?
I'm doing great. We got a good half so far.
So you are up 21 by 21 points going into this half. What do you think that you have to continue doing in the second half to continue this great lead over the other team?
You know, the defense has been spectacular so far. We really haven't allowed many yards. They had a broken play that went for a little bit, but we're not focused on that. Defense has been great. Offense, we're hitting our throws. We're running the ball really well. We're pulling flags well. Everything's going good for us so far.
What is going to be your message to the girls to continue this positive momentum in the huddle going in to the second half?
Know what kind of team you are. This is what we play for. The reason we're up this much is because how hard we work, how talented these girls are, and we're just going to keep up that trend. Hopefully we get a bunch of girls in today, the girls who have been working hard on the scout team, because they're just as important to the team as everybody else.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck to you in the second half, and up to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Ryan. I'm Matt Mano alongside Jake Mano. We're joining a little late for the halftime show.
I mean, yeah, but it's been a great game, and I'm excited to get back to action. But what have you really noticed out in the first half?
Well, I mean, it's been all offense for the Chargers. I mean, they have been, or offense and defense, I mean, they've been firing on all cylinders, and this is kind of what you expect in these non-league games. And Nassau especially in this county, what I've noticed across all sports is there is a huge divide between Conference 1, Conference 2, Conference 3. The bottom of Conference 1 would absolutely smoke the top of Conference 2 at any given day, and that's kind of what's showing right now is the Chargers, a Conference 1 team taking on a Conference 2 team in Roslyn.
I mean, kind of sounds like you're talking about the best college team versus the worst NFL team. But I have to agree with you. When you're going up against the reigning championships, it's going to be a hard matchup for any team in any division. This is not an easy team to beat, and I feel like they've shown that today. Just explosive offense and just staggering defense that has not been able to break.
Absolutely. This is the Charger team that the whole district, quite honestly, has been waiting for. I mean, they graduated a ton of talent, and by that I mean pretty much, I would say about 75% of their starting lineup last year of that championship team was gone off to college. So at that point, you got to think, who's next? And they took a little while to find their footing. I'll admit they did start slow as a team, and I think a lot of the girls on the team will admit that they did have a little bit of a slow start. But this is the game where they're finding the rhythm, and this is the Charger team that all of us expected, and it's a great set to see.
I mean, definitely a lot of them graduated, but you got to respect those new girls that were coming in. I mean, Gabby Sarrazini, Mia Stellman had a huge touchdown. Addison Chiarello had a great explosive 20-yard play that got them in the red zone.
Absolutely.
All of these young girls are really stepping up at the right time.
And even some of the older girls that are new to the sport of flag football. Think Kaden Volpe and her sister. Both of them are new to the sport of flag football, and they're stepping up in a big way on the defensive side of the ball.
I mean, definitely, you got to talk about this defense, but we've been talking a lot about Bellmore-Merrick Is there anything you want to say about Roslyn? Because they haven't started off strong, but there's a long game ahead of us. There's a lot of positives that I was able to see. Is there any that you could really point out?
Shoshana Ross is the positive for Roslyn. She is pretty much the life and the heartbeat of that Roslyn offense. I don't want to say she is the entire offense, but as of late it has been. She's been getting open. She's been breaking tackles. She's been one of the only players who could really stop Bellmore-Merrick on offense, and also and she's also just a really hard girl to pull the flag. She's very elusive, very shifty, and oh, by the way, she's only a freshman.
I mean, definitely. She's a bright future ahead of us. But let's talk about her bright play style right now. She's an elusive back. She's hard to bring down, as you said. But, I mean, let's talk about the receiving game. As a running back, she had 7 receptions on the day. That's in the first half.
That sounds like that sounds like a running back. That's a joy to have as a coach when you can have a running back who can be multifaceted, especially in a sport like flag football. When you have a guy When you have a guy in tackle football, think a guy like Ryan Thier, who is a power back, and especially at the high school level, who is near impossible to bring down. That's a weapon. When you have in flag football, when you have a girl who is a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, a little bit slower, that kind of takes away from the elusiveness. That can kind of be that you might want a little smaller, shifty back, kind of like what Bellmore-Merrick had last year and Luciana said at Ducati. And the fact that Ross is able to be that big, that shifty, she is a special talent. And I know that Coach Hatcliffe said about Ryan is that she's one of the girls who can really play with the boys. Like that's something that's what Coach Hatcliffe said when I was speaking to before the game. So can Ross. I mean, she could absolutely match up with anyone she wants to.
I mean, I love that you drew that comparison. So Shanna Ross to Maddie Ryan, both complete opposite teams, both complete opposite grades. Maddie Ryan, a 12th grader, Ross is a freshman. But they have such similar play styles, and you've been seeing that this whole game. Both elusive, shifty backs that are hard to bring down. Both are very receiving backs, and both have been great this game. But, I mean, that's all for us up here. We'll see you guys after the game's over for our post-game show. But we'll send it back to you guys in the field.
Thank you, Jake and Matthew Mano, for an amazing halftime show. I'm Tyler Steinberg alongside Finnegan Corkindulin, and we saw it was a very interesting first half for these Bulldogs. It was a rocky road for them, right? So, they had a good first drive, even though allowing the touchdown, then the pick six happened, and it's just been a downhill slope since. So, if you're the Bulldogs, what adjustments do they have to make in order to make a comeback?
They're really going to have to try and target that deep ball now. All game we've been seeing those kind of like short inside routes, and they haven't been working. But now it's probably going to be a deep route play and look, instantly maybe.
Yeah, so I like what you said, though, as well as the Bulldogs, right? They got to find a way to respond. Not a great game so far, first half at least for them. But I'm definitely interested to see what changes they made to try to make at least some sort of comeback.
Yeah, without a doubt. And, you just see it there. I mean, that is more yards. I think that's the first time today that they're targeting Regan Glick, and she is a deep ball receiver. So I think they're going to really try and target that deep ball now, Tyler.
I agree with you there.
And there you go. There's the sack coming from number 16. And we actually saw this earlier by the same player. It is Izzy Seven again. She gets a second here of a loss.
Yeah, again, I like the pressure. Again, you put the pressure on the quarterback, it changes everything. And Izzy Sivan, again, nice job keeping the feet low, the waist low. Good job adjusting yourself, able to pull the flag.
Yeah, that's a perfect play coming from Izzy Sivan. Again, we talk about her in the first half. She had a similar play like that where she actually got yards of loss for the Bulldogs. And they are gonna. It is a third down here. There is a flag on the field, as we will see. What? It's 4? And, it is a defensive foul
against
here.
The Chargers.
Yeah. Yeah, defensive flag that comes there. I'm going to say that was maybe an offsides.
Yeah, definitely something along the lines.
Seven rushed And it is to number 14, as we saw her earlier as well, Shoshana Ross, maybe her about 8th reception there as she gets it once again. Izzy Sivan, though, got to give it to her. She really pressured the quarterback into only making one option, and that's going to Shoshana Ross.
Yeah, I mean, she's had a solid game so far. The Bulldogs, not a great job, but she has been one of the bright spots on this offense. She's done a good job getting involved, right? She's been the number one piece of that offense so far today. They've gotten her the ball a lot. Just want to see a little bit more yardage, and hopefully eventually we'll see a touchdown scored by them. So Shoshana Ross, one of the best players, again, as I said earlier, on this Bulldogs team. She's a great offensive backfield player. They use her a lot in the running back position. One time they'll put her out wide. She's very good at mixing up her game, very versatile. That's what you want in one of your best players. And she just does a great job of getting open on the wheel route, right? That's something that you want in your backfield. You want a running back that can do all the things, right? And one of the things that people don't really talk about too much with running backs is getting involved in the pass, right? Does she have good hands? Does she have good route running? Is she fast enough to pull that off? Shoshana Ross checks all those boxes for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, without a doubt. And again, we talk about Shoshana Ross. I was not expecting her to be the most targeted player today, but she is. That's an unfortunate drop coming from Chiarello, who's had a fantastic game so far. That's her 3rd time being targeted. That's the first time that they kind of look at a toss play with her, and mostly it's been handoffs.
Yeah, they like getting her in the open field, and, man, I don't blame her, right? I mean, she's got jets back there, so she's extremely fast, great acceleration, and just not able to pull in the pass there.
By the way, BMB's very own Bree Boland is now out on the field for the Chargers. Laspina goes to the right, finds number 21 for the Bulldogs here. That is Emily Nelson, the wide receiver and DB from Mepham.
Yeah, definitely a good job. Quick curl route. You saw a few options there. You had a few curl routes. Bree ran the curl, and then you had Nelson as well running the curl. So you had 2 options there. Ended up going with Nelson and picking up a nice chunk of yards.
Yeah, that's the first time she's targeted today. And here comes Maddie Ryan. She's now back here for the Chargers in the running back position as she gets subbed on for Chiarello, who goes out. Laspina goes to the left, then to the right to number 12. None other than Sophie Orlich. That's the first time that she finds yards today. She's been in that center position. Looks like they kind of are transitioning her into that wide receiver role now. Orlich goes down the field, finds her around that 10-yard range.
Yeah, I mean, center, one of the most undervalued, really, positions in the game of flag football. As we see there, she had a nice route. She goes to the right, just kind of swings a little bit. But brings her hip upfield. Nice catch there.
For sure. And this is all Laspina now going for it. But a flag is down, and she did not gain yards. She did not lose yards. It is the same start position for the Chargers.
Yeah, good job there by Sarah. Nice flagpole. Laspina, one of the best players, if not the best player on this team. A difference maker, right? So good job stopping her from getting some open field. Nice flagpole.
For sure. Laspina, that was the first scramble of today for Laspina. She's been out of the pocket a few times.
Yeah, definitely. They've had her on a lot of rollouts, just not able to find much open yardage to run the ball.
Here's Chiarello. And she rushes to the right once again here. I don't think there was a loss or a gain.
Yeah, another great flagpole there by Sarah. Back-to-back plays. She comes in, reads the play. They go to the right side twice. A little shocked by that. You saw that Laspina, who has really, really great speed for a quarterback, tries to roll out right, goes upfield, not able to get anything. And then we see here on the BMB replay, you see Chiarello tries to find that outside. Nice job keeping her hips parallel with the runner, and a good flagpole again by Sarah.
Yeah, you got to love that sneak play from the backhand of Laspina. Well, here we go. Back to Chiarello. Flag was down here, and no gain, and the stoppage of that flag down comes from number 20 for the Bulldogs. That is Sydney Spire, another two-way player.
So there you go now. The Bulldogs get a stop. That's exactly what they needed, and they did a really good job there on that defensive possession. So I'm curious now to see what they're able to do with an opportunity.
Again, something interesting for the Bulldogs. for the Chargers, they come in today without their head coach, Coach Moody. So it is Hatcliffe, the assistant coach, who will be the head coach today. And that was definitely another interesting key of what's going to be today. Is there an interception? There's a flag down before it all started. And I think it's on the defense here as the refs quickly called it.
And speaking of Coach Moody, we here at BMB want to send a congratulations. He is now a father, so congratulations to you, Coach Moody. And, we all knew that he was an outstanding coach, an outstanding teacher, but now he gets a chance to use his skills in the father department. So, again, congratulations.
Without a doubt, yeah. Not only the flag football coach, but the football coach for Mepham, as he is very, very known in the Bellmore-Merrick district. This year, obviously taking the spot as the new Mepham coach. Did quite well for themselves. And last year, Bellmore-Merrick did very well for themselves as well. Here we go, Bulldog snap. And it is none other to number 14. She gets a big play. It's Shoshana Ross. Goes right through the middle. And that is going to be a first down.
Yeah, I've seen that play.
For the Bulldogs.
I've seen that play a lot of times today, right? They like getting Ross the ball in open space. Just a quick route, nice turn. And, again, they like getting it to their best players. That's what you need to do, right? When you're losing big, you want to get the ball to the best players, try to see what happens, give them the chance with the ball in open space. And Ross being a difference maker so far for the Bulldogs.
Yeah. I'm going to say something. Is that 10 receptions now that we're looking at?
Yeah.
I mean, that is a lot, I got to say, for a player. Well, now it's to someone different. It is to number 5 of the Bulldogs here. That is the senior, Masha Bogatrivova.
Yeah, nice job there. Again, the Bulldogs trying to get the ball out fast. And it hasn't worked all the way. It's worked to an extent, right? I mean, they've done a good job getting the ball out. They've had a lot of receptions. Not many drop passes by this offense. The problem is chunk plays. They haven't really been able to attack the ball downfield. The run game hasn't really been there for them. So this Chargers defense just trying to give them. They're playing this soft zone. Look, you can have these 3 or 4 yards. Take it every time. We'll allow it. We're not going to allow anyone behind
A
us.
sneak play. It's perfect from the quarterback. She keeps going. There is going to be a flag here, but I'm pretty sure it is on the defense. Well, got to give it to the starting quarterback today, who was a backup prior to the game, number 17, Samantha Savoci. I think that was around a 11-yard scramble for Savoci. What a play.
Yeah, good job there. She finds the hole, realizes, all good quarterbacks, right? They need that alarm in their head. It's an alarm clock. As soon as you see, look, there's no one open, I got a blitzer coming at me, I got to go. So that's a good job there. Nice job seeing that there was no one open, making the right read, and getting some positive yardage.
Without a doubt, first big-time scramble from Savoci for today. And I believe the flag looks like it was on the Bulldogs.
Yes, it was. I think they said that Savoci might have put her shoulder down a little bit, right? I mean, you saw that physical play. She was able to juke out 2 Chargers defenders, but on that third one, kind of put her shoulder down a little bit. Didn't end up working out, as I believe that was Megan McCarron there who was trying to make the flagpole.
Yeah. Well, the Bulldogs will try again here. Second down, Savoci looking for a target. She finds her teammate for a 11th reception for today. That is Shoshana Ross once again.
Yeah, again, you got to try to make a comeback here, right? At this point, you still have time left, right? Not much time, but you got time. You got 14 minutes and counting here, down 27. You want to just keep the ball out fast. I want to see these Bulldogs start to take some more shots downfield, as Ross with what might be, her 12th reception. She's had a great day. But you want to start attacking downfield a little bit more, right? You want to get some balls thrown down the field. Keep this Chargers defense on edge, but the Bulldogs not really doing a great job of keeping their game unpredictable, I guess you could say.
Yep. And Savoci, it was tipped off here from one of the Chargers defenders, and now it's a question to think as we talk about
Yeah, Amanda Gerber, who originally was the starting quarterback for this team, we saw that they ended up going with Samantha Savocci this game, so she's had a good game so far. Definitely not quite the offensive performance that you want as a team, but a good job.
Savocci, what a fake. She scrambles not so far, number 23 for the Chargers there, Jolie Yablon. And we talk about it, she's had 2 major defensive plays right before this as well, so she's been one of those top defensive players of today for the Chargers.
Yeah, I like that. She had a nice pump fake right there, right? Even though there wasn't much there on that 4th down. She had a nice pump fake, evaded the defender, and at least got some yards, so you don't give the ball too far back on that 4th down. And now we're going to see what the Chargers have to do here with the 1st down.
Yep. And snap here to Lespina. She's going to scramble. Looks like she's found a lot of yards and flagged down around the 44 for the Bulldogs. And again, she keeps constantly going out of the left pocket there, and this time she scrambles. Tyler, what will you tell me about quarterbacks getting out of their pocket, seeing options?
Yeah, it's a big thing, right? Obviously you want your quarterback to be able to throw the ball. Lespina does a good job of that, throwing the ball, but she also does a good job running as Chiarello, right? She had a lot of weapons, women like Chiarello, right, who uses her speed, helps make things just a little bit easier for her quarterback as, Lespina is a game changer, right? She does everything well. She really does. She excels at almost every aspect of that quarterback position. And the fact that she's able to use her legs, she has that athleticism, that speed, that agility that you look for in a quarterback on the ground game. So, again, she just does a good job opening up all options for this offense, and head coach Hatcliffe and Moody.
Yeah, we talk about Addison Chiarello. Her brother was a former Mepham varsity soccer player captain as well. And she as well is a sophomore who plays on Mepham's soccer team as well. So talk about a multi-sport athlete.
Yeah, we see here Lespina, nice little pitch, but a lot of white jerseys right there surrounding that Chargers running back number 24, Caden Volpe. So a good job, nice little pitch, but Bulldogs defense stepping up.
For sure, and we talk about it. There's been no points this quarter up to yet. So that is an interesting fact. Lespina not going out of the pocket yet. Now she does. She scrambles. Wow, perfect jukes there coming from Lespina. Finds around 6 to 7 yards there.
Yeah, you see Lespina rolls out, realizes, okay, there's nothing really downfield for me to throw the ball to. Let me just take off on my own. She does a good job, cuts to the right, makes another cut, and again, just a good play overall. As we take a look, again, Sophia, nice job, evades one defender, makes that quick. She does a little jab step to the left, goes to the right. Nice play there. With Lespina, again, not really known for her legs, but she's got a big bag of tricks for a quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. And again, another little trick there going to number 24, Caden Volpe, the running back who finds her 3rd handoff here. And we talk about Lespina. She really brings in her Mepham football IQ into this Chargers offense.
Yeah, and a good play there by Regan Glick to get the flagpole.
Lespina targeted number 9 there of Isabel Wilkins. Is the first target of the day that Wilkins got, and she just dropped it.
Yeah, Wilkins, one of those players on this Chargers team that if you can get the ball to her in open space, she's extremely fast, right? She can use her legs to get open. She does a good job of that, just not able to bring it in.
Well, outside of the pocket, and it is to number 27 for the Chargers, Mia Stellman, the sophomore. And, one thing about her, she has great hands. She really shows it off there.
Yeah, when we interviewed Coach Hatcliffe, he said, and I quote about Mia Stellman, she's really good at catching high-point balls, right? That's exactly what she does there. A nice job putting her hands up, makes that kind of spider web, that diamond shape that they teach you in 5th grade gym class, and just does a good job bringing it in.
Well, Sophia Lespina trying to go into the end zone. She has the extra point. It is going to be 34-0 for the Chargers. And now we'll get to see the Bulldogs here on offense, and they were very close to stopping the Chargers, but they could not, as Mia Stellman gets her first touchdown of the day.
Yeah, this Chargers offense has not skipped a beat yet. They were stopped. I think the Bulldogs have had maybe 1-2 possessions that they've done a good job stopping these Chargers, but offense has been firing on all cylinders today.
And snap about to be
We see, I think the Bulldogs are punting here. Or never mind, excuse me.
Yep. Snap. It won't be a sack. She tries to throw it out, but it is a flag down, and it will be yards back here as once again we see a perfect play for the Bulldogs. I believe that was number 5 for the Bulldogs here. Number 5 for the Chargers, I'm sorry, Haley Kamler, who did well defensively. She's had a obviously an offensive reception already. Now she has a huge defensive play that causes yards back for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we see that the Bulldogs like using the quarterbacks in motion. They like using pre-snap motion, just not able to find much success right now.
Here we go, drop ball. And we're going to have to see a replay of what exactly happened here. But it seemed that, again, we talk about those quick blitzes that the Bellmore-Merrick Chargers are putting up. And, I mean, man, they are fast on defense to cover everybody. Snap. Svochi. Who will she find? Number 5. None other than Masha Boga-Triova once again. A 4th reception for the senior.
Bulldogs now on 4th down. I'm curious. I mean, you're down 34-0. You got 5 minutes and 30 seconds and counting, right? What do they do here? As we saw on that 3rd down play, a quick little screen, had some open field, just not able to quite get to the 1st down marker.
Looked like there was a little bit of confusion here, but Addison Chiarello will be the punt returner. Punt up. And Chiarello will not catch that one. It will be down here to,
I would say around the 35-yard line in flag football terms.
Yeah, around the, yep.
Yeah, 35, around the 35, 30-yard line.
Yep.
So interesting to see now what the Bulldogs will do. I mean, you've had your way this game. They've done a great job on both sides of the ball. And, you could not have asked for anything better, really, if you're Coach Hatcliffe. The girls are ready to play today.
Yeah. They are doing fantastic as they're up by 5 possessions here. 34-0. 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining on the clock. As the snap about to be received by Lespina. Does a fake play, and Chiarello, it looked like there was a little bit of a miscommunication as they dropped it there. That will be, I believe, a loss of yards by about 4 yards.
Yeah, so definitely not the ideal 2nd down play here for the Chargers, but we'll see what they do to rebound.
Yep. And now for the Chargers, tries to find a deep ball. What a play from number 20 of the Bulldogs there, Sydney Spire, as she denies a huge play for Sophia Lespina on the deep ball. She was trying to target Gabby Skolnick.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a good play. Right, they teach the defenders all the time, the cornerbacks, the safeties, watch the receiver's eyes, track that ball down when you see the hands go up in a good spot.
Chiarello, there's a flag. And I think it was for a similar flag earlier. It might have been either a shoulder there that caused it.
Could have also been a flag shield, possibly. Let's see. Yeah, they might have called a flag shield there, I think. Yep, that's what was called. So you saw Chiarello, when she caught that ball, tried making a cut, using those hands just a little bit too aggressive, swatting the defender's hands away.
Yep. And this will be a punt away for the Chargers here. We'll see. They haven't obviously had to punt a lot today, but the punter will be Sophia Lespina, is what it looks like. And it will be. Oh, no. They're going to go for it on 4th down. And they look down the field. It is to number 21. It is Emily Nelson for the first time today. And that, to me, seemed like that was a fake punt.
Yeah, it was definitely a good play call there by Hatcliffe. Does a good job getting a receiver downfield. Lespina finds a wide open Emily Nelson for the first down.
You got to love those special plays, Tyler. The fake punts. You don't see them often all the time, but when they are successful, they are amazing to watch.
Agree with you there.
As number 12 here, Sophie Orlich, once again at the center spot. Gets ready to snap it to Lespina. Lespina goes to Chiarello. Fakes on the inside. Chiarello has found a lot of room for herself. She keeps going. She can't be stopped. Oh, tons of jukes. A flag comes down, though. But, wow, you can see the speed and the movement from Chiarello. It is perfect for her.
Yeah, love that for Chiarello. You see she gets that quick toss to the left side instantly. Zoom, right up the middle of the field, right? She makes that nice cut to the right side of the field. And again, you saw multiple white jerseys surrounding her. It does not matter. You see that's one defender. There you go, gets around the second and make that 3 before getting pulled down there by the 4th defender. So 3 defenders not able to pull that flag for Chiarello. Again, another perfect display of speed.
For sure. Here we go again. Chiarello fakes on the inside. A flag down, but a perfect juke there to go on the inside.
Yeah, the Bulldogs, a nice answer. You give up a big play to Chiarello. They say, hey, this is probably going to go to Chiarello again. I mean, she's hot right now. And just like that, a good flag pull.
Yeah. Chiarello finds about 4 on that one. Sophie Orlich is going to get ready to snap the ball to Lespina. As the Chargers are looking for another touchdown. Chiarello keeps going. Surprising how there wasn't a flag there. It almost looked like there was a little tackle. And
It looks like there's a player down for the Bulldogs.
yeah, that is going to be number 9 for them, Sarah Pinkasov.
Yeah, I'd never like to see any player get hurt in any sport. So we hope that she is able to get up on her own 2 feet and walk off the field.
Yep. But we talk about the, this game today and what it means for the Chargers. For them, another win in Conference B is massive, as we talk about. After today, they will be 2-1 in Conference 1. And this will mean that they are on another win here under Coach Hatcliffe. Look, a lot to say. They have not had Coach Moody, and we know that he's obviously his wife has just had a baby. But it really does come into effect not having your head coach.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, the head coach is kind of like the glue of the team sometimes, right? This is the guy that makes you watch film day in and day out. He runs your practices. He makes sure that everyone is on the same page when it comes to what play is being called. And, when you don't have that, it's a serious, serious problem for many teams. But Hatcliffe doing a good job stepping into this role and a statement win for this Chargers team. And let's see how they can do to carry this on for the rest of the season.
For sure. Chargers, get ready here. As Lespina, left pocket, inside drop from Orlich. there, and we saw that similar kind of play in the first
Yeah,
half, right?
I agree with you there. It's definitely a hard one to watch,
Yeah.
You look back at that, let's say they look back on this very broadcast, and she sees that she drops that one. That's going to be one that she wished she had back. But overall, not many mistakes like those for the Chargers.
Yep. And now we look at just under around that 10-second mark for this game. Spina, will she have one more possession? She will. She throws to Chiarello. It's not going to be a drop. She keeps going. Is she in? She is not. But the Chargers win. It is a huge win for the Chargers here at home. They will win 34-0 as they celebrate in a statement win.
Yeah, definitely a big game here for these Chargers, winning 34-0 against this Bulldogs team. We knew that the Bulldogs were young, a lot of freshmen on this roster, but in the end of the day, they're just going to keep growing game by game as the Chargers continue that momentum, continue to find that energy, that fuel, that fire that they need to try to make back-to-back champions here. And this is just a win that's going to add on to that tally. And definitely curious to see how this plays into the rest of the season for these Chargers.
For sure, and you have to start thinking about the playoff route that will be for the Chargers here. Obviously, the district-wide team doing very, very well for themselves today. Again, that statement win for them, second win for them. Where do you think now the motivation goes to?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, now the motivation, right? Even though playoffs is far, far away, you see that you just got to take it one game at a time, and they'll figure it out as they go. But again, a blowout win here for the BMCHSD Chargers. We see that the next game that BMB will have you covered is the baseball at Farmingdale University. It's definitely going to be a great game as we have that Mepham versus Bellmore-JFK on Friday, the 28th at 5 o'clock. Don't miss it.
It's becoming a tradition that we're actually having that game. It's a awesome game. Obviously, we had it last year, and for us to go to SUNY Farmingdale, it is awesome. It is amazing to see, two teams in the Bellmore-Merrick High School District to get to play at a college-level baseball field.
So I just want to say thank you, folks. Here, I've been Tyler Steinberg with Finnegan Corcoran Doolin. Now let's send it down to Ryan Marr with your Player of the Game interview.
It's fine. You're good. Hello, I'm Ryan Marr here on the Mepham turf with Maddie Ryan. How are you today?
I am feeling really good.
Well, you led this team in stats in a number of categories. You scored numerous points. How do you feel about that?
I actually didn't know that, but that feels pretty amazing to contribute to my team.
So, what do you think now that you're coming off a win right now? What do you think that you need to continue doing that you did in this game to continue doing well in this season?
I don't know, just keep pushing hard, never give up. I don't know, with different plays, we just have to keep knowing our routes, I guess, and stuff, and just continue, improving, I don't know.
It's fine. Now, last but not least, what's it like playing with this team and being on this team, coming off of a champion run last year? Is there any expectations that you have to live up to? Is there anything coming off of that season?
No, it's been pretty exciting. Coming into it, we've all we know what our goals are. We all want to make the LICs again. We know it's going to be a challenge because we have a new team, but we're pretty confident in ourselves that we can make it again.
Well, congratulations on this win. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And now back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Ryan, and congratulations to Maddie Ryan. What an incredible game. I mean, the pick six is one of the craziest plays we've seen all game. Her elusiveness was unmatched, and I mean, just what a game by her entirely.
Absolutely. Maddie Ryan was absolutely putting her skills on display today. It was an incredible showing from all of the Chargers. It was a great day to be a member of the Bellmore-Merrick Central High School District. To be honest, this was the exact Bellmore-Merrick team that we had hoped for all year. And now they're back. As far as Roslyn, I mean, it's a non-league game. It doesn't really count. And be honest, they could go home on the bus and be fine with this game because it doesn't really count in the standings. Now, speaking of standings, Bellmore-Merrick makes a huge jump in the standings all the way up to number 4, and now they've got a big showdown up against a certain school that we've played, that Mepham has played in the past in very important contests. You know who I'm talking about?
I mean, it has to be MacArthur.
Absolutely, it is MacArthur. MacArthur, the school who Mepham and MacArthur have some history. Maybe not Kennedy and Calhoun, especially Kennedy, a new addition to the football conference too. But now it's Bellmore-Merrick versus MacArthur, a rematch of the Nassau County quarterfinal from last year, from the fall season. It is an important game, especially because both these teams are tied in the standings.
I mean, definitely. It's going to be a huge game for them, really just to carry on the momentum, carry on the rivalry, and hopefully get another win, push their name back up in the standings, maybe even go for their second championship. This is going to be one of the turning points of their season.
Absolutely. MacArthur always has some of the best athletes in the entire county. I mean, they're just stacked with talent. They're always consistently at the top of the table in any sport that they play. So especially a younger team like these Chargers. I mean, they definitely have the senior leadership, but overall, they're a young team. So this is their first major test. So now they gotta start looking ahead, and at this point in the season, this is the biggest game of the season coming up for the Chargers on Saturday.
I mean, definitely, a lot of their players are going to have to step up once again, just like they did this week. I mean, Sophia Lespina, you could see it, 3 passing touchdowns. She was absolutely flawless, I would say. I mean, she was able to scramble out in the pocket, get some deep throws that I didn't even know was in her bag. She impressed all of us today. I mean, Addison Chiarello, one of the young, hugely bright spots on this team, very elusive, very shifty, and was able to really get this Mepham offense really flowing. She was really that energetic spark that they needed.
And don't forget on the defensive side of the ball, we got Ryan, of course, but also you have Blonde, who was flying in the backfield. Bree Bolden, we called her name a couple of times. We called also Margaret Casamano was in the backfield. I mean, these Chargers lived in the backfield. Can't really say the same for the NFL Chargers.
I mean, I feel like you could with Austin Eckler, but enough about that. We still have a little bit more to...
I wasn't talking about offense.
We still have a little bit more to cover, and I want to talk about some of the receivers, because as we said, Lespina has been absolutely flawless. Who was she really throwing the ball to that really gave her that success?
I mean, it was Ryan. It was Chiarello. It was really anyone who touched the ball for Lespina, anyone who caught the ball from Lespina was making a play. I mean, this was a stacked receiving core for the Chargers, and I mean that's what you need to win, especially in a newer sport in Section 8 and flag football, where a lot of these younger teams simply can't catch the ball. So simply being able to just secure the ball, secure the catches, is infinitely more important than making the big flashy catches that will get you on SportsCenter.
I mean, I'm going to have to agree with you, and I would love to talk more with you, but unfortunately that's all we have.
But before we go, I would like to make a final congratulations to head coach of the Chargers, Mr. Matt Moody, on becoming a father this past week. Congratulations from the BMB Sports crew to you. Congratulations. We know you're going to be a great dad, right, Mr. Moody?
I mean, definitely a huge congratulations to you. He's impacted all of the Mepham community, all of the BMCHSD community.
And he was also a recent inductee into the National Honor Society literally yesterday. So now it is time for us to depart. For Jake Mano, Finnegan Corkindulin, Tyler Starr, Tyler Steinberg, and Ryan Marr, I've been Matt Mano. We will see you through the radio as we take you to SUNY Farmingdale, where the Mepham Pirates will take on the Kennedy Cougars on the next time on the BMB Game of the Week. See you next time.
Have a good night, everybody.